Deadpool doesn't seem to leave me. I feel like even after over a year later since the movie's release in like July 2024, I would have stopped doing Deadpool stuff by now, at least not till like Doomsday or Secret Wars, but the merch keeps catching up to me, and that's okay. So last episode, I reviewed 2 Deadpool and Wolverine cups. Yeah, they're like cups, but you had actual like masks on as toppers, and they were available only in Asia. Don't ask how I got my hands on it. Go watch that episode for yourself, then you will know. But since then, I went to Mexico, and life got very busy. But then I also had time to stop by some toy stores and, do my usual stuff, shop for Funko Pops and hunt for popcorn buckets. You know what I normally do. And I somehow came across a couple more Deadpool popcorn buckets. And so here we are, doing another episode where we review only two popcorn buckets. So last time I did the cups. This time is just the popcorn bucket. So I have them right here. Ryan Reynolds really nailed it with the character, not just for the movie itself, but for the merch. So we have this one, and then we have this one. Oh yeah. So what are you looking at? So first one here, this big behemoth of a bucket here is a bucket that I actually tried to get last year when the movie was actually out. I was trying to get the Wolverine popcorn bucket, obviously, for obvious reasons, not the ones you're thinking of. But I was trying to get all the Deadpool and Wolverine merch. Popcorn buckets, cups, you name it. This was released the same time as the others last year when the movie came out. But the supplier that I ordered it from ran out, and he couldn't get a restock, so he couldn't get me one. And I couldn't buy it off him, unfortunately. So I had to skip out on this bucket when I did the podcast episode and the movie review and the videos, all that with Santos and Brandon. And obviously I was gearing up for Thailand, the big missions trip. So I just said, you know what? If you can't get me this, or you can't get me this in time, whatever, it's fine. But here we are in September 2025. Over a year later, I finally have it. So of course, this is the Babypool in a movie theater seat popcorn bucket and drink container. So we'll look at that one in a second, because I want to look at the small one here first, which is from Deadpool 2. So this is not from Deadpool and Wolverine. This is just, it's similar to the one that came out for Deadpool and Wolverine, and which I do have it. I reviewed it, but it's obviously older. So this is from Deadpool 2, and to show you the evidence, there you go. Literally says Deadpool 2 right there. So this is a much, much older bucket. This is before popcorn buckets were even trendy. So we have basically just Deadpool's face here. On the back, it says, "Eat me," very in character for Deadpool, so that's very nice. And then it just opens up on the top like this, and that's where you would put your said popcorn inside. So that's pretty straightforward. It's a very light bucket because it's obviously very hollow, so it's nothing that out of the ordinary. I have this already, technically. I have the newer one for Deadpool and Wolverine, so I've seen this before. But it's nice to see it in person and actually hold it, so that's pretty nice. Seeing a much older popcorn bucket, so it's not terrible. It's straightforward, but it's nothing that interesting. So out of 10, I think I'm going to have to give this a solid 6 out of 10. There. So obviously I like the new one better. So there we go. That's the Deadpool head. Now for the Babypool buckets. What you really came to this episode to see. First of all, it feels really heavy, even in its plastic bag. When I got the package, I was like, what am I holding? Is this a bomb? I was like, what am I holding? Is this even a popcorn bucket? Did I order a bunch of books or something by accident? And then when I opened it, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's the bucket. But goddamn, that's heavy. This thing's got some weight. So let's take it out of the bag, and I'm pretty sure that won't change the weight, but at least the bag is not in the way anymore. So let's open this bad boy. It's a very dirty bag, so I'm kind of glad I'm opening it and getting it out. Then again, this bucket's a year old. Over a year old. Oh, this thing's heavy. I'm not even joking. This thing's actually heavy. Alright. So that's the bag, which, by the way, I forgot to show you this. It has the instructions on it. So if you're wondering, where are the instruction sheets? There is no instruction sheet. The bag is the instruction sheet. Very transparent, but if you can really see it, pause the video right now to take a look. That is the instructions, step-by-step guide on how to operate this popcorn bucket, which I know how to do it, so I don't need it. Right, so here's the bucket itself. Woo, this is a heavy one. I'm actually glad I ended up getting this. Damn, I missed out on a really good bucket. So it does come with a straw, and this straw is in a plastic bag. Actually, I'm gonna just leave it in this plastic bag. I don't think I need to open it. This is pretty nice. Keeps the straw nice and clean, and you would stick the straw through the top here, so that's nice. But I'm going to keep it sealed, so that's nice. So this is a 2-in-1, obviously. Oh, we gotta remove the tape first. That's holding the. Wow, they really packaged this thing well, did they? First of all, visually, this thing looks stunning. This is Babypool in what I assume is a movie theater seat. And he's got 2 little sippy cups. And he's just celebrating. He's just having a blast on the seat. This is really cute. I can't lie. On display, this will look so well. I can imagine putting this like on a shelf, even on like a table, and this will look so funny. Now, the Babypool himself, obviously he's glued to the seat, so don't try to pull him out. But it's a very high quality figure. Don't get me wrong. The mold is like solid quality. I'm feeling this is like hard plastic. Wow. How much was this bucket? I want to know the retail price because that is crazy. This is solid material. This is like stuff you get out of SH Monster Arts or the SH Figure Arts, the Bandai stuff, the high quality stuff. Wow, this is amazing. There's no wonder this thing's heavy. I wonder if it's the Babypool that's giving all the weight. But this is really cool. It looks awesome. Don't even think about this as a popcorn bucket. Think of this as a collectible. This looks amazing. Now, functionality-wise, obviously, there we are. You have to use a little bit of force, but there you go. You click the button, then you pull it out. Boom. The lid is open, and inside here is where you put all the popcorn. So that's very nice. Is there a lot? There's actually not a lot of space for popcorn. Like, it's all at the bottom. You can stick your whole hand in, which is great. But all the popcorn is going to be sitting at the bottom of the seat here. It's going to be all under here. So it's going to be an inconvenience. You're actually trying to, like, reach in and grab popcorn. Yeah, your arm's kind of stuck. There's not a lot of space to put popcorn in. And if you pull it out, you're guaranteed to drop a few, like, bits of popcorn. So I don't think they really had the popcorn bucket feature in mind. They really thought, oh, this is going to look great as a collectible. But at least they had to like force it in there. That's the feature. So I wouldn't recommend putting popcorn here. I'm pretty sure most of us normal, sane human beings do not put popcorn on these things. Funny thing is, I am confident that there's more space for drinks than there is for the popcorn, which is, to me, I find it really funny. Yes, you can release this. So I kind of misguided you. You can kind of just pull this open without the need of the button. What the button actually is for is to release the drink thing. So you push the button. There we go. Then you can pull this out. So the button is for releasing the drink compartments, not for the popcorn lid. You can literally just pull open the popcorn lid by force, like that. No need for the button. So with the seat gone, this is what you're left with. This is what it looks like. Obviously it looks weird, but you can now really just look. Wow, this thing is a diorama. This Babypool here is a diorama. That is awesome. That is fucking awesome. I am very, very impressed with this. Wow. Did Ryan Reynolds design this? If not him, whoever did this, oh my god, you cooked. Absolutely cooked. Now, This is where you would put the straw in, obviously on top, sip your drink out of it, but then you would twist this to actually put the drink inside. So, there's plenty of space. Yeah, you can put almost, I think, a full can of Coke. Maybe 2 cans of Coke can probably fill this. But washing it is going to be an absolute nightmare. That's why I never eat or drink out of these things. I buy these solely for collecting. It's easy to disassemble. That's good. And easy to put back together. That's also good. And then, yeah. And then, of course, to put it back on the bucket itself, you just do that. You hear a click. It's back in. So, there you go. That is the Babypool popcorn bucket and drinker. I wish we reviewed this last year with the other stuff. Why did I wait so long to get this? No clue, but I'm glad I finally got it because this, I would say this is probably up there. This might be the best one that they made for that movie. Wow. Severely underrated in my opinion. This is like the Herbie bucket for Fantastic Four. All the attention's on the Wolverine bucket because of the meme, the trend. But functionality and actually a cool functioning bucket, I think has to go to this for sure. So I'm glad, even though it was super late, over a year later, that I eventually did get it. So no regrets now. I'm glad I got this. I will gladly give this a score of 8 out of 10. I'm very, very happy with this, especially with how high quality the Babypool diorama is. So that is awesome. There is weight to this thing. This thing is a collectible. This is something you put on display. This is not primarily focused as a popcorn bucket / drink, despite it being sold for that purpose. So I don't remember the actual price for this, but that's okay. I don't care because this looks awesome. I'm going to put the straw away in a safe place, but this was a bonus. So Deadpool and Babypool. Which of the merch is your favorite? Do you have this popcorn bucket? Did you get it last year when the movie came out? Let me know because I am very, very glad I got this now. I should have gotten it last year, but that's fine. Better late than never. So thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and also check out the Asia cups that I reviewed previously with the beaver popcorn buckets. And, of course, watch the actual episodes where we review all the other merch from last year, 1 year ago. That's okay. So at least I got this done in a solo episode. That's fine. I don't think the boys would be too interested in this. Wait, hold up. Episode's not done yet. This always happens on the show. I always have something that I have to add on to the episode later, and I have stuff I have to add on to this episode before it ends. I actually got a few more things right before I was going to start editing this episode, so might as well throw them in now before I start editing the episode. So it is semi-related to what we just reviewed, which is, of course, that Babypool bucket. So continuing the Deadpool and Wolverine theme on this episode, I saw these guys at Walmart. I kid you not, this was like the day after I just finished filming that first part of the Babypool bucket. I was at Walmart, and then I came across these guys, and yeah, I might as well review them as well. So we got some Stuffies here for Deadpool and Wolverine. So we got Wolverine here, and then we got, is this Deadpool himself? I think this is Deadpool, but this is him in like with the suction cups, so you can prop him up on the window or on the car window. This is probably gonna be really funny. And then we have Babypool. Yeah, so I don't know if that's the whole set. They might have made more, but I wouldn't know because this was the only 3 that was available at that Walmart. So that's why that's all I have. So let's review them one at a time. I think let's do Wolverine first. Logically, that makes the most sense. So, Wolverine, what do we got here? So, of course, the tag. I'll try to show you guys. Et voila. The movie tag right there. And then on the other side, that's where all like the logos and the barcodes and all that is. All the information that you actually need in order to purchase this thing. Now we are left with the Stuffy himself. So, what can I expect out of this? Well, for starters, This is obviously a very cheap stuffy. This is obviously a stuffy that I can honestly see at like a claw machine. So it has this little hook as well. Do you want to keep the hook? That is the question. My answer is no, so I'm gonna cut it off as well. But you can very well keep it on if you want to hang this up on like a car or something. But I personally don't want to, so the hook is coming off. And there you go. That's what we're left with. I mean, it has that cute factor, which is something you should be expecting out of a stuffy. So it looks good. It looks good. I do like what they've done with the cowl. So it's just foam, soft fabric foam on the cowl itself here. And then on the claws as well, similar material, very soft, but also like it's foam. We have just the squishy body, squishy head. I mean, that's about it. That it looks nothing like Hugh Jackman, but it does the job. It captures Wolverine in the full yellow suit. So out of 10, I'll probably give this one a solid 7. It's not too shabby. All right, next up, let's do Deadpool. So this one is the suction cup of Deadpool, as I'm going to call it, because I can see this on one of my windows, but I could see this better on like the car window. If you're really one of those types of drivers that really likes to decorate the car, you can definitely put this up on the windshield and it will look hilarious. Very Deadpool-esque. So here's the tag once again. So let's cut that off, get that out of here. There is no hook for the Deadpool one here because of the suction cups. You can literally display it like that. So yeah, that's what we're left with. This is very Deadpool-esque. It very much signifies the character very nicely. And I do like how for the suction cups, you're doing it on all 4 of his legs and his arms. So there is good stick. He can actually stick. If you just do just his hands, it might not be enough weight to hold. So I do like how his hands and his feet have the suction cups. And then on the back, you have the katanas, but those are also in soft fabric, soft foam. I mean, it's the stuffy. What can you expect? I mean, this probably is the most practical one, though, because you can put this one up on the windshield or something compared to the other two. But again, I can see this as like an arcade claw machine type stuffy. This can very well be in a claw machine. I can see this being picked up by a claw. I don't know for the price because I think these were like $7.99 each. So it's pretty average pricing for a stuffy. So I'm not too opposed to it. Out of 10, I'm gonna have to give this Deadpool probably also a 7. I do like its practicality, so I gotta give it points for that. Can't be mad about that. All right, final stuffy of the bunch here. We have Babypool. You know, we just did the popcorn buckets, so might as well look at the stuffy. So here is the tag once again. So let's take that off. I don't like the shape of his head, though. It looks very much like a Megamind for some reason. I just think there's something a little off about it. And you also have his bottles, milk bottles, strapped on the side of him. And then you got the pacifier. You can actually see the Deadpool logo on that pacifier. I mean, it's cute, but I think the head shape is a little cursed. Very Megamind-like. And I mean that not in an offensive manner. Just very big. But I guess that's the whole idea of this stuff. You want it to like look big, look chibi, so it has that cute factor to it. So out of 10, I'll probably give this 7 as well. I'm just going to give them all a 7 out of 10. Yeah, that's my general score, my overall score of all 3 of those stuffies. So you may think, oh, that's it now, right? I've got one more thing. It's not related to Deadpool and Wolverine, but it is a popcorn bucket. You may be aware, or you may not, Toy Story is getting its 30th anniversary re-release in theaters this month, and to go with it, they put out a popcorn bucket to go with it. It's not a new movie, it's just Toy Story, the first movie. It's on its 30th anniversary run, so they re-released it in theaters, and in this time of popcorn buckets, they decided we should probably make a popcorn bucket for it. And my local Cineplex was selling it. And that's how I got my hands on it. So it's a very simple, straightforward tin bucket. But obviously the main thing that stands out for this is that you have a 3D print of Woody and Buzz on the top, which I think is very genius. I do like it. It is a very good idea. It's very straightforward. It's nothing out of the ordinary compared to a lot of popcorn buckets. It's just your average popcorn tin with something on top. Now, if you take off the top, which is the lid, like that. So the Woody and Buzz comes off in one piece like this, nice and cleanly. That's what it looks like on the bottom, just like that. And then what you are left with is your standard metal popcorn tin, which honestly, I can see this being used as a trash can as well. It's very portable. I do like this. So it has dual purposes for sure. Also, metal means it's more durable. It doesn't feel as cheap. This, I think, was $14.99 with a large popcorn, so it makes about sense. I'm not too opposed with it. So you got the 30-year logo on there, and then you can see the silhouettes of some of the Toy Story characters. I don't know how well the camera is going to pick this up, especially with the glare, but you can see pretty much all the characters on here, so that's very, very nice. It's so straightforward. I love it. I love the simplicity of it. Honestly, I can see this work as a trash can. And again, I always mean this in a good way. I'm not saying this is trash. I'm just saying this is a good use as a trash can to put stuff in. You just put a plastic bag over it. Practical trash can right there. For the office, probably. This is probably for like office use. So obviously, the main factor here is Woody and Buzz. You have the two of them just hanging out, being good buddies. I mean, it does feel solid. The plastic on the Woody and Buzz does feel really like solid. So I doubt it's cheap material. I'm pretty sure it's like proper plastic. So not bad. There's actually weight to this. So out of 10 for how straightforward and simple it is, but also how elegant it also is, I will have to probably give it a solid 8 out of 10. Quite happy with this. This is something straightforward, nothing wild, simply because this is a re-release of an old movie. It's not a new movie, so there's no need to do like a out of the ordinary wild bucket. So overall, I'm very happy with this. And now that should be the official end of this episode. Again, I'm super, super busy this semester, so me and the boys don't really have any time to get together in the studio to film brand new episodes. So I'm just cranking out these short solo episodes and also getting out the old episodes as well. We filmed the content like so long ago, and the episode is only starting to come out. So yeah, if you want to check those out, hit that like button, subscribe, so turn on that notification bell so when those new episodes come out, you won't miss it. And of course, check out some of my other Popcorn Bucket episodes. This is a very common theme on this channel. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening if you're on Spotify. And we will see you in the next episode.